It's been how many months? Like, what, 5, 6, maybe even, a bit more than that, perhaps. For a few of the newer Luciel members, this might be, pretty odd. So I'll fill you in a little bit. It's like a podcast, kind of. An interview. I'd say more of a podcast. It's like the Joe Rogan podcast, guys. I'm Joe Rogan. Except I'm not like Joe Rogan. Yeah, absolutely. What am I meant to do now? Is Katik up here? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, the news. Yeah, the news. It's time for the news. Yeah. Okay. To start off, as many of you know, the Roses had a parliamentary election. 3 socialist parties. 3. I mean, I can get behind that. I also want to get behind Owen, but that's a different matter. Jojo, I think that's that. Yeah, Jojo allowed us to assist one of said parties with both posters and advice, which is pretty sweet. But the DLP got the largest number of votes and didn't manage to get a majority. Oh, that must suck. Not managing to get a majority. God, suckers. And then Macatak Rocks. Jesus, try saying that. Jesus Christ. Macatak Rocks. Is that right? Macatak Rocks. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then they met with other party leaders to make a coalition against Fern. That one to my right or your left, depending on where you're seated in the room. They made a coalition against Fern, and it fell apart in a single day. A day. I mean, that is pretty embarrassing for them, right, Fern? Yeah, I agree. I'm so smart. And then after this, Big Mac threw a bit of a tantrum and threatened a civil war, which is, just something you do. But, civil wars aren't great. So Jojo intervened and Big Mac calmed down. And following that, Fern became prime minister. From what I think that's about right. Yep, and they're nodding. See, I got my facts right. My sources are always correct. And I think that's it for the news. That's something else, but I've forgotten, so I don't really care. That's it for the news. Time for interview. So we got to introduce our guest for the day. I'll invite you up in a second. Just get on up here. Come on up here. Get up. Come on. Get up here.
Yeah.
Don't speak it. No, you don't get to speak yet. I gotta say that. Introduce yourself. Your name, who you are, what you do, and what your favorite flavor of paint is.
Well, I'm Fern. I'm the new Prime Minister of Roses, and I have never tasted any paint, so I wouldn't know.
Wow, you've not got my vote. I've got to say, I value honesty, and you've not got my vote. You've never tried paint before. That's pretty bad, honestly. Yikes. Well, anyway. Question time. To start us off, why did you agree to our help? Was it for the election or?
Well, before the election even took place, I was the foreign minister during Jojo's government, and so I already had a lot of relations with the UCL, and I wanted to expand upon that by allowing your support in this election.
I see. Pretty nice of you then. Okay. Moving on from that, what's it like to be a dual citizen? Because I believe, you're one of those.
Yeah. So, to be fair, I haven't been doing that much in the UCL as of late, especially because of the election and some
understandable
real-life problems with my laptop being broken. But overall, I think it's great that I'm allowed to be here, and I'm grateful that I'm allowed the opportunity to be here with you guys and play with you guys.
Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Now, moving on more to, the Roses. Why did you enter the elections in the first place? What got you into it? Because that's the meat of the matter.
Well, first of all, the reason why I even participated in the elections is because the other candidates in the election weren't that bright. You already mentioned one of them, McAttack. He
Oh
had
boy.
bland ideals, but he never really. Let's just say he's a little bit of a snake, right?
Oh.
And then the other candidates, like Henry Tactician, who I could go on and on about this. He became the military minister during Mac's government, but he's never fought a real battle before. He on other servers, he's been like a cannon man on the back lines, but he's never been an officer in war, never planned war, never conducted war. Right? He's only been a low-ranking soldier, and so him being military officer, like the minister of war, so to speak, didn't make a lot of sense. Same goes for some of the other picks. For example, the culture minister that was picked said that they were the least cultured person in the nation. That was their first statement after being picked for culture. And most people in the nation didn't know who the culture minister was. So yeah, I think overall the reason why I participated in the election was to make sure that we had a strong bloc that could possibly at least moderate the government, if not win the government.
Oh, no, I respect that, honestly. That's a really great reason. All right. More onto your power, or not really your powers, but how do you feel when Big Mac usurped the power with his coalition a little bit, even though it didn't really last that long?
Well, I always kind of had a feeling that they would try and pull a stunt. Before the election, though, I did plan on allowing them some influence within the government if I was elected. So, prior to the election taking place, everyone believed that I would win an outright majority. Even my closest allies believed so, and they said they wanted to make their own parties just because they thought I was going to win such a huge majority. But I knew that wasn't true because we have a lot of towns in the nation, and even if just a few of those people vote, my position could be vulnerable. So when McAttack decided to make this coalition, it wasn't really that much of a surprise. But I did actually talk with McAttack and some of the other party leaders, excluding the UPF, which was one of the socialist parties. Now you might wonder, why didn't I talk to the UPF? That's because the UPF said they wanted to have no foreign relations. They wanted to abandon all the allies and just focus on themselves. And that would have left us without an alliance with the UCL. So as you can actually see, I didn't want to support them because that was one of their main demands to us and one of their electoral promises. But I did talk with all the other parties and I did offer them government positions, the leaders, that is, if I won the election outright. Right? I wanted to be nice to them and allow them to have some influence, some semblance of democracy, even if I won an outright majority. Of course, that didn't happen. I won 42.5% of the vote, which is still double the second place. And after they made a coalition, we kind of already knew that the coalition would fall together within a few days. So with some support from the UCL, we discussed it, and we found out that, yeah, we're just going to wait it out, and then they're probably going to go away. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. I mean, it sounds like you weren't expecting it to happen in quite a day, and just collapse in a single day. But I don't think that's the kind of thing that's really predictable.
Yeah, I did kind of expect it like a couple days, but
Yeah. No, that's actually really interesting. All right, we'll move on just to the roses in general. Any future plans you're able to share, with the roses at all?
So I do actually have a whole party program that I believe is publicly available in the Nights of Roses Discord server. It might not be, but just let me know if it isn't. In any case, it's just a Google Doc with a lot of pages. I know there's been some memes about, in particular, the climate policies. No, there's no market global warming, but it's more to just make sure that the continent still looks nice at the end of the day. Because, for example, I was in the continent of Ciscana earlier today, one of the desert continents, and people have just been mining away the entire desert, and it looks like I would say it looks like the moon, but it's like full of craters. So I don't want my continent to be, have no trees on it, have randomly mined down mountains everywhere. I want it to look nice for people, essentially.
Right.
But yeah, if you're curious about any specific policies, most of it is in the document itself.
All right. Last question from me before we move on to a couple audience questions. What was your first impression of us, and how do you view us now? Please be honest. I value honesty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the most honest candidate in the election. I did everything I said I would, while the people who I was in a coalition with, they decided to coalition with each other instead, even though they said they wouldn't work with each other. But my thoughts on the UCL originally, I know that the UCL originally comes from a Roblox community. I don't know how long ago that was, but I've personally been a part of Roblox communities before, and I've always had fun knowing it's almost like there's a little bit more discipline on Roblox communities. And so seeing the rallies here on Minecraft, which most nations doesn't do rallies, but seeing you guys doing it and having parades and such, that was really cool. Alongside Jojo, he was a little skeptical at the start, because he's known for he doesn't, in most servers he's played on, communist and fascist regimes aren't allowed, and so he was a little uncomfortable at the start with people role-playing as communists. But when he realized that most of you guys are just chilling and
I met you
in the summer, as the little beats sound.
you aren't advocating for mass genocide or anything, he decided that you guys are chill people. And
we aren't. Kazuko, we're not advocating for mass genocide.
well, you're gonna have to ask the leader.
Oh, well, that was last. That was last server.
Last hour, yeah.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I wasn't meant to. That was.
But he was.
Sorry, you didn't hear that, guys. My bad.
Yeah. About the implications of that.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to audience questions now. So any of you fine fellows in the audience got any questions for Fern that aren't from Fern's question, obviously. Yeah. Communism or capitalism?
Like, are we asking in game, in roleplay, or in
real life? They're in the. Let's say, a lot bit.
Okay, well, so the Dutch Labour Party is a social democratic party leaning more towards the left. Though in Minecraft, it's hard to simulate communism versus capitalism in any real meaningful way. I would say though that we do have policies that lean more towards at least socialism, especially within housing and environmental actions. We're not completely opposed to trade or that sort of stuff, but we do believe that it should benefit the nation as a whole at the end of the day.
All right. Sorry, go to next question. Come up and ask your question.
Right. All right. This is a question I've been wanting to ask for a long time. So you've known Katakov for a while, I think now. So I just gotta ask this: Do you think Katakov likes men? Like everyone is not doesn't know, but they want to know. What's your opinion?
Well, I don't know the real answer, but I do think that this is certainly a possibility.
All right.
Oh my goodness. That's going on the news.
You opened my eyes.
The papers now. Oh my god.
You opened my eyes. Thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated. Get the fuck off my stage. Get out. Thing. I know you are. Hey man, what's your question?
I was curious to see what kinds of infrastructure projects or building projects do you have in mind for the Knights of Roses?
Oh my god, an actual question. Thank God, thank you.
So
you're welcome.
We do have some infrastructure built from before, particularly in the south of the Knights of Roses. So expanding that, it's our roadway network. Expanding that would be a priority. But I also want to expand with railway lines between the towns of the nations. Beyond that,
Any architecture that you have in mind, or?
So I wanted to leave it originally up to the Ministry of Building, because each and every single town has their own styles that I've been going with. I do have one builder in my town who's been doing a great work. But after the struggle with Mech-Attack, we have lost some valuable manpower when it comes to this. So overall, it's more over to the mayors right now to decide what style and what they want to do with hotels.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for an actually reasonable and somewhat, well, actually, just fully normal question. That's pretty rare for my show, unfortunately. Katakov, I mean, I don't like you, but you can talk on the stage yourself. I'm not going to drag you up. Do it yourself. I don't like you.
Miss Fania, would you say
Oh my god, just ask your question!
Minecraft
Jesus!
global warming is a reality, and that all nations across the world should?
I kicked him off the stage. My bad, guys. I was... Oh, you got a question for Fern, not us. What?
I do have a question. How do you plan to tackle the rather barbaric nations that love to kill for the fun of it?
Oh.
Do you mean like Norvegs and those people?
Not
He did just get. I did see him get a kill in chat like 2 minutes ago.
Not just Novix, but whoever deems anybody in the wild a free gear set, in the words of Novix.
So I do believe that at least, I know Nilvex is like the general thought, at least in my nation and a lot of nations in the south. That is like who comes to mind. But we don't have like a super strong foreign policy where we're actively seeking to go out and deal with nations like this. But we're also not gonna stand by and let our allies be attacked by groups like this. So we're more like we support our allies. We try and avoid engagements, but if we do get into an engagement, we're gonna go fully into it, essentially. So we don't want to overextend and piss off a lot of people, but we also don't want to just sit around.
So it's a balance between expansion and defense.
Yeah, it's like we're the moderate party. We're trying to do everything a little bit here and there. So
I see. All right, I got you.
Balance is always good. I can get behind that. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the question. Question from who's this? From Das. I think this was from Darcy. Do you like nature, and what is your favorite flower? Something more chill this time. Yeah.
Do I like nature? Yeah, I generally do. I'm not that good at creating nice-looking nature on the server, but I do have some faction members like Stephanie who's really good at it. So overall, yeah, I'm really supportive of it. As for my favorite flower, you know what? I might just have to pick the Widow Rose because I'm dead inside. Haha, I'm joking. I think I'm gonna go with probably like the torch flower or what were you called? The blue one, and that like hangs. Blue orchid. I think. Yeah, one
Something
of those two.
like that. All right. Another question. Who's this from? Orange Penguin 26. Sorry. Do you like tree?
Do I like trees?
No, just trees. No, not trees. Tree. Singular. Do you like tree?
Well, does this imply that there are no other trees? Because then I would oppose. But if there are still other trees around this one tree, then yeah, I guess I like the tree.
Okay, that's the official Fern response. Fern like tree. That is yep, new law, guys. Fern like tree. That's it for the interview. Thanks for your time, Fern. I would say it's been a pleasure, but I absolutely despise doing this show. Kathikov has not paid me in about 3 years. I need to pay off my student debt. Please help me. Yeah. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure doing the interview.
pleasure being here.
Yeah. And thank you, my audience, for being, staying for the interview and suffering through. Yeah, that is about it for the interview. The special episode of my show. This is the first one. In actually, how long has it been, Capital? It's been, last one was in like early 2025, something like that. Not a clue. But yeah, tune in next week. We'll be interviewing the really fat ghost from Ghostbusters, and his opinions on gun violence and the socioeconomic state of Wayhaven. Yep. Thanks, and good night, everybody. Good night. Bye. Are you fucking off air yet? Hey, yeah. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I mean, really, I'm so done with this shit. Oh, we're still live. Sorry, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.